Yes, a good morning to everyone who has tuned in. Thanks for following updates from Uganda. Thanks for following this platform, and as well, thanks for always looking out to each other, checking on comrades and how the struggle is moving. Yeah, so buli omu ali bulungi, subire buli omu yasuze bulungi, naye of course tetwasuze bulungi, ebintu tebiri bulungi. Yeah, the situation is not good. The situation is not good at all. You all know what happened. We are waiting to see what's going to transpire after all this. But of course, it's only victory. I wanted to take you through what is currently at hand, and as well take you through what happened yesterday and how each and everything is at the moment. You already saw yesterday Bobiwine was supposed to go to Kayunga, and then Jinja, and then Kamuli. Those are the three districts he was supposed to go to, but unfortunately, as always, he was blocked in Kayunga to use the main road, and then he was redirected to use the rough road deep down in the villages, something he complied to. And then later on, the police together with the military, they followed him again after blocking him from the main road. And then they told him to pass somewhere deep in the villages using the rough roads. He complied and was like, okay, let's take this route. But still the police and the army followed him, not just following him, but following him, tear gassing him and his team, and as well as shooting live bullets into the people and at his team. And you know what happened? Producer Dan Magic, one of his close friends, and actually producer of his songs, he was shot, man. He was shot in the mouth. He was shot in the mouth. His teeth, two of his fingers were cut off. Ish, it's a sad story, but that happened. And of course, the head of his security team, that electoral commission gave to him, the gentleman called Kato, was also badly hit across the eye. Actually, he almost lost his eye. He nearly lost his eye. And of course, very many of our comrades, Bobby Young was shot in the thighs, and of course, very many sustained serious injuries. They were taken to the hospital from there, and guess what? The police, together with the military, still they followed them up to the hospital. They continued to, fire live bullets and tear gas. And then you wonder whether this is democracy. Of course, we know it's not democracy, but you wonder why these guys to be a democratic kind of leadership. As in, I don't understand, because at a point where you tear gas and you shoot live bullets into the hospital, man, that's too bad. Because in the hospital, you're not going to find there preachers, you're not going to find there people, attending a mass or church service. In the hospital, you're not going to find there a launch, maybe a film launch or a movie launch. In the hospital, there are patients, there are mothers giving birth, there are people on oxygen, there are children in critical conditions, man. But these guys, they followed Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert aka Bobiwine when he had taken together with other comrades, the team members that had sustained serious injuries, that were getting first aid, man. They continued to shoot live bullets and tear gas into the hospital. And then these other guys were telling them, man, stop this act, stop this brutality. You are shooting patients. There are people there on oxygen, man. There are people in critical conditions. Tear gas affects them. Live bullets, what if it lands on someone? How are you going to justify that? But they continued to do that for nearly 3 minutes when they are shooting non-stop. For those who missed the videos, they are there on this channel. And not only on this channel, on all other platforms of People Power, very many that always stream live. You know them, they are very many. These videos as evidence, they are there. Man, it was a sad story. But of course, the good news was the ambulance. Of course, the team moves with the ambulance, and of course, it managed to escort the patients from Kayunga, that was in Kayunga, back to Kampala, where Southern Magic, of course, was supposed to be brought to Mulago to get better treatment. And up to now, of course, very many are still nursing wounds due to police brutality, misuse of guns, and all the injustice Museveni militia group inflicts on us on a daily basis. Actually, it is a sad story. From there, the president of the National Unity Platform, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, decided not to give up, of course, because we decided not to give up. We shall try to better our country at all cost. You understand? Because we are removing a dictator. We know it's a military government. And of course, we can't simply just look on. We have to keep soldiering going. So from the Kayunga, he was supposed to head to Jinja. Of course, in Kayunga, they denied him a chance to talk to the people there due to severe brutality that was meted at the team. He decided to, of course, proceed to Jinja. On proceeding to Jinja, they denied him to use the new bridge, that bridge that was built using borrowed money, huge sums of money that was borrowed, and actually half of it was swindled. The remaining one was, used it to construct that bridge. They denied him to use it to proceed to Jinja. They redirected him to use the rough, bridge, which is actually about to sink in. And it was like, I have no choice. He took that route. And guess what? The police still followed him together with the army. And still they redirect him not to go to the town, to pass through villages deep in rough roads. Something complied too. But again, they still followed him together with his team. And then they stopped him. He found a blockade of big military and police vehicles when they had cut off the entire road, And then on reaching there, these goons just started firing tear gas, shooting live bullets. Anyhow, you understand? They shot at his car, just like you can see from the pictures there. That's where the bullet went through, as in the tires were all hit and the car could not move anymore. But man, when you look at that video, you can't even imagine it. The good Lord, we should always thank him, because this was God's mercy. I put for you that video on our Facebook page, that clip where the police together with the army and the military were shooting live bullets at the car. Inside the car, of course, Bobiwine was there. Honorable Zake was in the front seat, and the driver. Man, they all fainted. They couldn't understand what was going on. Do you know, people trained to keep law and order, turning their guns to a car which is unarmed, that has people that have not done any crime. They shot at it countless times. They shoot all tires, and of course, one of the bullets went through the front window screen, just like you can see it. They survived. We thank God. We thank God they survived, but of course very many sustained serious injuries. We thank God for that they survived, because man, I watched that video like 10 times. And I couldn't understand what these guys were up to. But of course, they were up to, to kill him. They were up to kill him and his entire team, because what's the use of gun? And why do they carry guns? Is this a campaign, or we are simply at war? As I speak now, there is a lot of heavy deployment in Kampala. Everywhere, soldiers, military, moving around, holding guns with bullets, rolled over their necks and all that. Big military vans and police vehicles moving around Kampala. Of course, this is meant to intimidate, to instill fear within us. But guess what? There is no amount of intimidation that is going to bow us down. Never. We are more determined than never before. So I don't know whether we are at war. To them, I think we look like terrorists. I don't know. To them, we look like... But of course, we know we are dealing with a military government. We are dealing with a military government which has nothing left to tell Ugandans rather than to kill them. So here are some of the options. They rather stop the elections or stop killing us. Those are the two options they have. You rather stop because no one deserves to die. No one deserves to die. No one has a right to end someone's life. I was hearing this minister, Smanya Tumwina, coming out in broad daylight. The police has a right to shoot you and kill you. I looked at the man and I wonder where they get that kind of courage to even utter such words in public. And they simply just walk away with it. So sad. I wonder which country we live in. You understand? It is too sad. But of course, from there, from Jinja, Kyagulanyi decided to pause on his campaign trail because they had, of course, destroyed the car that he uses, his personal car. He decided to come back to Kampala and confront the Electoral Commission, of course, to go to Electoral Commission and ask them whether they are still in charge of this election. They are supposed to be in charge of this election. But what happens on a daily basis, it simply tells the Electoral Commission is no longer under control. You know, Electoral Commission is no longer under control. So they also have two options, either to be independent or to resign, because Electoral Commission is supposed to be independent. It shouldn't be partisan. Understand? So it disguises as something or an organ that is under control over these elections. But the current kind of events that keep unfolding on a daily basis, the killing of innocent Ugandans, it simply tells they are not in control because they never say even a single word. They never come out to condemn such. They never come out to protect their presidential candidates of respective political parties and all that. You understand? It is an important organ or an institution. It is led by Byabakama Simon, a gentleman who was a prosecutor. Way back when omusango gwa Dr. Kiza Besigye Msimanyi yakwata omwana. You remember when Dr. Besigye was framed that he raped a young girl? That gentleman, Byabakama, now the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, he was the one prosecuting Kiza Besigye. So you can see, or you can read the signs and get to know. For those who don't know, Dr. Besigye has been, the one, taking on Museveni for the first 4 consecutive elections. But this time around, of course, the Uganda political has totally took a different twist. It's now Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, a man who is a sharp thorn in the shoes of a long-serving dictator, Museveni. And guess what? The dictator is in panic. The dictator is in panic. You can see that with these murders, senseless killings of innocent Ugandans, and they simply come out to brag, to, continue to assert it that we shall kill you, and you expect us to simply just look on. My worry, or my, I don't know, sometimes I wonder, these other people who keep quiet when such kind of atrocities are being inflicted on us Ugandans, the Inter-Religious Council, those institutions that have a voice, but they opt to keep quiet. They choose to keep quiet in such a situation. For them, they choose to keep quiet. They never even say a word. They come out when like 200 people have been shot, like last time after, Kyagulanyi was arrested and people went to the streets to demand for his immediate release. That's when you'll hear 1 or 2 come out to say a word. Guys, we should remind them of their purpose. We put them in those positions and they shouldn't let us down. They should come out and speak against this injustice, against this murder, against these killings. No one deserves to die. No one deserves to die. So today, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert is heading to Electoral Commission. Of course, we need the answers whether the Electoral Commission is still in charge of this election or is not. And if it is not, it should resign. it should resign. Byabakama should resign. You understand? But of course we know Kyagulanyi is not versing Museveni. Kyagulanyi, Robert Sentamu, aka Bobiwine, is running against UPDF, the military, the police, the LDU, the SFC, and all other security organs. That's what Kyagulanyi is running against. But the Electoral Commission, these guys are something which is independent, and it is not. So we are telling you, Mr. Byabakama, you either resign or act your mandate, as simple as that. And to Museveni, you either stop these elections or stop killing us. Otherwise, we have very many guys. They can't kill us all. That's a fact. They can't kill us all. They cannot. So, another update I wanted to talk about is the one of this brother, Eliba. I've been seeing posts. Someone made a post of Norbert Eliba, a gentleman who is part of the security team of our president, Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert. They are framing him that he wanted to kill Kyagulanyi. They framed him that he wanted to kill Kyagulanyi. Man, people doing that, if you are part of them and you are watching or listening to this audio, please stop it. I kindly ask you that. I'm not commanding, but I'm simply asking you to stop it. You don't know what these people go through on a daily basis. No one can hold a bullet in the hands. No one can, ekintu kyayabikidde ku motoka walinga abasajja bakikubye. Do you think such a person can do that? A man who doesn't have even a pistol, not even a... So to whoever says that yes, we should condemn the gentleman, then don't condemn him. You as if condemning Kyagulanyi, because it is Kyagulanyi who selects those people. Some of these people were saying that that gentleman wanted to do such a thing. They have just seen Bobiwine yesterday. These people have been with Bobiwine for the past, for so long. Edmuto has been with the Bobiwine since way back, even before they started singing. So here is the thing. Let us stop it. These people risk their lives. Bullets we are firing like rain droplets, Bullets, and everyone was, trying to run here, there, left, right, to save their lives. And then explosions everywhere. And then a specific video shows something like I don't know whether it was a tear gas canister or a bullet falling in the windscreen of Kyagulanyi Sentamu, but that was in Kayunga, simply because the gentleman was also beside it, because for them they are always surrounding the car. Someone who has risked their lives up to that point, and then you call him a traitor. Man, let's stop that. Sometimes we need to think before we say certain things. To my brother Norbert Eliba, if you are watching this or if you are listening to this, please don't mind naysayers. They are always there to divide us, but please don't allow them to. Some of them have not seen you before. They thought you came into this yesterday. They don't know why Kyagulanyi chose you to be part of the team. They don't know. So please, I'm just kindly asking you to forgive those people and let the struggle continue. Because we need as very many as possible to be on the Kyagulanyi security team. You saw what happened to the security team that the Electoral Commission gave to them. They are just escorting Bobiwine. They can't even do anything. But of course they are doing a good job. I cannot say they are not doing anything. They are doing a good job. But the ones we trust him more, the ones we trust him more, the likes of Eddie Mutwe, and the rest that you don't that don't appear before the cameras. Guys, we salute you and we love you so much. We salute you and we love you so much. Continue protecting our president. Continue protecting our president. Yes, I was hurt when I saw videos. Someone even went ahead and made an audio. Mula Musa John, please, let's stop it. Some people have not seen this, are not on the ground. They don't know what is taking place. They don't know who is who, and who is who. Kyagulanyi is not going to come out and declare the entire security team that works with him or that secures his life and all that. He's not going to come out and do that. Some of these people are going to remain there in the background. You won't see them. You understand? So let's respect these people. Let's respect these people. I'm kindly requesting you. Let's respect them. You don't know what we go through on a daily basis. We go through hell. We go through hell. So that is the point out there. Another update that I wanted to give you, Museveni in Busia. For those who justify such kind of actions, you saw Museveni in Busia. You know, they buy t-shirts, brand it with Museveni, and then they start giving them for free to people without anyone, of course, asking why or whatever question you might ask. They also give them 5,000 shillings and then they tell them to come to the rally. But guess what? They are simply protected. They are simply protected by the military, the UPDF, and the police. They are never tear gassed. You saw that when he was in Jinja. I mean in Busia. I was like, basana mukatia gas. Nagambi bantu nawo kiraka sana okuba mukatia gas ne bakawulira because there were very many. There were no smanyi this such smanyi social distancing, no masks, no nothing. And then you hear Museveni apologists uttering nonsense. Bro, my Bobiwine, Museveni crowd is ibichi and all that. And then you wonder which type of food these guys eat, such that we don't give it our kids because we don't want our kids to think like them, you know. So that is the double standard the police plays, and we are not happy with it because it has claimed lots of our lives, man. It has claimed lots of our lives. It is time to say enough is enough. So I'm going to be giving you an update of what has transpired between the meeting Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert is going to have with the Electoral Commission. Of course, you are going to get updates everywhere, but I'll give it to you personally. I'll give it to you personally. What has taken place and the way forward, of course. Today, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, yesterday he was supposed to go in Kayunga, Jinja, and then Kayunga, Jinja, and Kamuli. But guess what? He didn't even manage to go anywhere. Wherever he went, he was tear gassed, he was shot with rubber bullets. Today, the president was supposed to be, today, the 2nd of December 2020, the president was supposed to be in Namutumba, Kaliro, Parisa. And if I'm to count, Kyagulanyi now has missed, the other ones were 17 districts. He has missed 23 districts so far. And that's why they do all this kind of sabotage. They want him to delay, first of all. They don't want him to talk to the people. They don't want them to send out that revolutionary message to the people. They know they have mentally enslaved us for the past 35 years. And someone who is waking up our minds, they don't want him to talk to us. But guess what? This information flows like wildfire. I can tell you, people have smartphones and listen to this message all over different parts across the country. JB can be in Masaka to broadcast this kind of information. Someone in Lila is going to get the message. Someone in Gulu is going to get a message. Someone in Luengo is going to get a message. Someone in, you know, because they have a gadget and they are listening, and they are not going to keep that message to themselves, because we encourage them to share, just like I encourage you guys to always share this message. You understand? So people always listen to this message and they share. That's why when Kyagulanyi goes to those villages, deep, where they force him to, you know, use those rough roads, deep down the villages, you see masses of people coming to support. You know, the time is now. Okay, guys, let's stop here, and I'm going to give you an update of what's going on. at the Electoral Commission.
Let us fight for peace together as one. We need to vote for a new president and build a new Uganda democracy. We are slaves in our own country home, killing us like we're no human, denying us freedom over everything, crying every day but no one cares. Injustice everywhere and tribalism. Let us stand and demand for democracy. We are one blood, we are one people, we are one nation at last. We need a change, we need a freedom. Let us fight for peace together as one. We need to vote for a new president and build a new Uganda democracy. Kekasera naffe bannayuganda twebereremu, tuseye eddoboozi ery'omuntu wa wansi. Akalulu kaffe tumanya watufu bwe tukateeka, tulonde omukulembeze amazima nga ye Bobi. Ensonga zaffe tuzikwase Kyagulanyi ne Katonda. We are the winners, ffe tujja kutu